what is this trust financing, and what does this latest drop in that mean for Evergrande?
Sure. So trust borrowing has been Evergrande's main source of non-bank financing, and it's essentially a pool of capital predominantly from wealthy investors that's used for property firms. And it's been a really significant chunk of Evergrande's funding, accounting for about 41% of its total 121 billion at the end of last year. It's really used trust financing quite a lot in 2019 and early in 2020. But we've seen in the last 3 months is a really sharp drop-off. And we've also seen signs that trust firms may no longer be as open to lending or to working with Evergrande as in the past. Some have said they're either imposing a new cap on loans or that it won't roll over existing loans. Others have said that they're not going to work with Evergrande on any new products, and it's instead going to focus on ensuring existing products that are repaid on time. And all of that does raise concerns about Evergrande's broader access to financing over the next 6 months and the next year as it tries to tackle its pretty sizable maturities.
Right, and Rebecca, one move and one step it's taking, of course, to try and tackle its debt load is the IPO of its property management arm. To what extent is that actually going to help?
So, Evergrande Property Services Group passed the property management arm of Evergrande, essentially, has passed a listing here in Hong Kong on Thursday, and Evergrande owns about 72% of that group. As you say, Evergrande is facing, a significant amount of pressure to manage its $120 billion debt load. Details of the share size itself, including size, could change. Still, investors are watching very, very closely that for the potential size. And news of the IPO plans like this, news of asset sales, investor deals, they have eased concerns about Evergrande's ability to service its near-term debt. And to some extent, that has helped improve investor confidence, which, then does help potentially improve prospects for funding access. However, when we look at sort of bonds, which are a really helpful measure of investor perception when it comes to liquidity concerns, they're still trading around 74 cents on the dollar, and they haven't moved much in response to the IPO news. So longer-term concerns around the financial health are still present, and it looks like investors are still expecting the bonds to remain volatile as Evergrande tries to grapple with this.